questions part. Moving on to a third question, which says, a man with blood group A marries a woman with blood group O and their daughter has blood group O. Is this information enough to tell you which of the traits blood group A or O is dominant? Why? Why not? Okay, so to answer this question, first I would like to give you all a background check on blood grouping system in humans. So in humans, we have ABO type blood group system, and there are four types of blood groups, which are A, B, AB and O. Okay, and in humans, the blood group, it is controlled by gene I. Okay, this gene I, this controls the formation of blood group in humans, and the gene I has three alleles, which are IA, IB and IO. Now remember this thing, that when we write the alleles, we always denote these letters capital A, capital B or capital O in the superscripts. Okay, we never write them in a normal font. Okay, now moving further, allele A and B, they are dominant over O. So the allele A and allele B, these two are the dominant traits or the dominant alleles, and the allele O, this one is a recessive. Okay, blood group A, IA or IA-IO. Okay, so in a person, blood group A will only be formed if that person has a genetic composition with this type of allele, this combination, IA-IA or IA-IO. Only in these two conditions, only in either of this condition, blood group A will be formed. As I hope you all are getting why we have written 2 IA. One IA said we are getting from the father, one IA we are getting from the mother. So that's why we have written 2. Now, since A is dominant, so obviously in a homozygous condition, it will express itself, and even in a heterozygous condition, a single copy of A will be enough to form the blood group A. Similarly, blood group B, it will be formed if the person has a combination IB-IB or IB-IO. B is also dominant over O, right? So a single copy will be enough to form blood group B. Blood group AB, IA-IB. Okay, since both the alleles A and B are dominant, so they both will express themselves and the blood group formed will be AB. Blood group O, IO-IO, or we can also denote it as small I, small I. Okay. Since it is a recessive allele, it will only express itself in a homozygous condition, which means then it will have 2 copies of the same allele. Okay, now moving further, in the question we are given that the father is blood group A and the mother has blood group O. Okay, and we already know that blood group A can only be formed in either of these conditions, IA-IA or IA-IO, and blood group O, it can formed in this condition, IO-IO. Now we are taking case 1, where the father is homozygous, which means he will have a composition IA-IA. Mother, it is already given IO-IO. Now if we will look at the crosses, this line, this represents the male part and this one shows the female part. We have already segregated the alleles in the gametes. IA-IA, IO-IO. Okay. Now, when we will look at the offsprings, we found that all of them, right? All of them, they all have the IA-IO combination, which means they all will have a blood A, blood group A. Since A is dominant over O and a single copy is enough, these all will form blood group A. Now coming to case 2, where the father is heterozygous and mother, it is already given. The father is heterozygous, which means IA-IO combination. Coming to the crosses. Okay, so now this is the Punnett square. IA-IO, IO-IO. Now if we look at the results, we found that 50% of them are having this combination IA-IO, which means they will have the blood group A, right? And the remaining 50%, they are having this combination IO-IO, which is the combination with the recessive allele. So these 50% or this one part, they will have the blood group O. Now in the question we were given that the father is blood group A and the mother is blood group O, and their daughter, she also has blood group O. However, in the question, we were not provided with the information that whether the father is homozygous for blood group A or whether he was heterozygous. So, according to the answer, the information is not enough. Okay, we can only predict the genotype, or we can only predict the blood group, I should say, if we were provided with this information, which means whether the father is homozygous or whether he is heterozygous, because this blood group O, this is only formed in the case of heterozygous condition. Okay, thank you.